Hello everybody, my name is Cool Blue and I'm bringing out this video of me playing a board game, and today I'm going to be doing a playthrough of Die in a Dungeon, which features the Dungenerator. Degen Aura? I don't know. Haven't played Dota 2 in so long. Anyway, yeah, so that's going to be the game we're going to play. I have everything kind of set up here already, or partially set up, so I'm going to go ahead and start our background music here, because you know I love my background music, and then we will go ahead and get started with kind of the teach and the playthrough and all that fun stuff. So, as I mentioned before, I got things set up, and there are some setup cards that are actually these cards over here, off to the side. These are my town cards. You can see here there's quick setup A, and then B, and then so on and so forth. This just tells you a few ways to set up, or a few things you need to do to set up the game. Actually, okay, fine. I'll bring these up so we can go through them together. So you know I'm not doing any or pulling the wool over your eyes. So I'm gonna bring this back over to our main view, and I have a green screen set up here, so I'll try to use that. But first thing I'm gonna do for setup is I'm just gonna go ahead and follow the card there. And first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna designate a village square. So I have my village square, this kind of area set up over here, and that's gonna be our village square. And oh man, I always forget, the focus on this thing is a pain. All right, one second, let me zoom out. Manually zoom my green screen out. There we go. Should be good. Whew, sorry, that's rough, but my camera has a little bit of trouble focusing too close. I should really change the setting. But as far as everything goes, we have the designated village square area, so we have that up here. It's going to be roughly in this spot up in this area. And then we're going to put the place of 4 quick setup cards and any building cards you have in your village deck adjacent to the village square. I'm going to have all those buildings over there off to the side in this area over here, so it's off screen. So it'll be off screen, but I'll try to keep everybody abreast of how much damage my village is taking. Actually, let me use a counter, can't I? Let me use this giant D20. It's not that giant, is it? Yeah. So I currently have 4 village buildings. That way you'll know that. Because throughout the game I'll be able to get more village buildings as I go along, assuming that I do well, and all that fun stuff. Okay, so we got those set. Roll all 6 of the hero dice and put them in the village. So the hero dice in this game, and this is the fun thing about Die in a Dungeon, is that Die in a Dungeon you actually play. Oh, that's the wrong button. There we go. Let's make sure we don't break that. In Die in a Dungeon, you play a game where you are a bunch of adventurers and travelers, and you're a D&D party essentially, and your party is represented by a set of D&D dice. So the game comes with 7. I have my own custom dice here, mostly because I wanted different colors. I'm gonna use pink because I want to use pink. I think it'll contrast a little bit better. We'll see if that comes true. And these dice will represent different archetypes, different factions. What's what I'm looking for? Different roles. I think roles were looking for. And I'll bring up the rulebook here and put it on different heroes. I'll put it on the screen here. So bring this back up, and there we go. So right here we have just in the rulebook has all the heroes. So the D4 is going to be the outlaw. The D6 is going to be the scout. The D8 is going to be the mercenary. Sorry. The D10 is going to be the archmage. The D12 is going to be the war priest, and finally the D20 is going to be the berserker. So all this basically means is that these dice will represent those different parts of the party. There are some specifications that are mentioned in the actual book here for each different person. And essentially, the D20 has a chance of going higher number. The D4 will never go above a 4. So I'll definitely need to use the appropriate dice to do the appropriate task, and that'll make a lot more sense once you actually get playing. But just know that the different dice represent different members of a party, and I currently have 6 members. There are 7 dice. There's a percent die that we also get. The percent die we put to the side. I don't think the game indicates us using it. I think it's just cheaper just to get a set of 7 dice, and I understand why, because for $30, I bought a set of 24 D&D dice, and by that I mean 24 sets of 7. That's where I got my different colors. I got from Amazon at the time of me recording this. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. Anyway, so I have my different dice. So I'm going to take these 6 dice and I'm going to roll them. And these are members of my party, and what their values are or what they're going to be going to the dungeon. Now, low numbers are not intrinsically bad, and high numbers are not intrinsically good. It just kind of depends on what you're facing in the dungeon, and the game gives you a number of different ways to kind of manipulate the... Ooh, that was loud. The game gives you a number of ways to kind of manipulate the odds and kind of, you know, give yourself a few more advantages here or there. But for the most part, and oh man, yeah, okay, so these dice, a little bit less contrasty. I think the light and the glare are not going to be good matches. So let me switch over to the other dice. Let's see, what did we roll? We rolled a 2 on the D20. Is that better? It's a little bit better. We rolled a 3 on the D6. We rolled a 4. I really wanted to use the pink one. So looking forward to that. On the D8, we rolled a 2. And one other thing to mention is that this game can be played with 2 players. So it's you can play 2-player co-op, or you can do solo like I'm doing here. And I'll put those pink ones away, and I'll probably switch those out with the red ones instead for next time. And yeah, so we have all this set up. So, man, why is my voice so loud? Sorry, 1 second. Let me just move my mic somewhere. Okay, all right, that's much better. All right, so as far as the screen goes, going back to our setup, so we got our dice, we rolled them, and then we shuffle the village quest cards and draw 2 of them. I just kind of put these here. These are the village quest cards, and these are where we're going to shuffle and put 2 out. Put them here just so I can be visible on the main play area, because they're kind of, you know, I'll be revisiting these as we go along. But we have a set of village quests. We're going to shuffle these to the best of our ability. And then we're going to draw 2. Now, interesting thing about this game is that when you draw, because the cards are double-sided, have sleeves on mine or clear sleeves, but you always draw from the bottom for any of the decks unless it says otherwise. So I'll put those there. Now, you might be wondering, hey, Cool Blue, what's in the anatomy of one of these cards? Oh, actually, before I do, hold on. Let me go back and bring up our other card. Then after we do all that, it kind of gives us a visual representation what to do. Then we flip this card. Now, when I flip this card, this is going to be one of our villages, our village buildings, and this is going to be basically our health for our town. So our town is going to have 4 health at the start of the game. We can get more health as we go along, depending on how many more quests we finished as we go. And this game is basically, think of it as a roguelike or roguelite, where we'll die, we'll get upgrades, and then we'll do it again. So we're going to play a number of adventures on this one, kind of going through the dungeon, fighting some of the same monsters that we see, and trying to face the challenges that we face and do quests. But for this one, this is going to be a town hall. This one's the building, and it's gossip. So these symbols here are very important. And oh, sorry, I am live streaming here on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/coolblue. That's CULBLU. I'm mostly saying that because we have a person here. Hello, Time Roller. Yes, whoops, indeed. Welcome, welcome. I'm playing a game that I just got recently, and I just learned how to play recently, and I'm doing a video already. Look at me, speed of light. But this symbol here basically means that that's a hero. So that's like a hooded figure. The nose is kind of poking out. It's a little bit hard to see there, but and like there's like a little mouth. So just think about like a veiled figure that's representing the party members that I have here, of which I have 6, and that's saying that somebody needs to be in the town square. So there needs to be one of my characters in the town square before I can activate this card. In order to activate this card, I can either discard 2 cards, or I can spend 1 loot, or basically discard 1 loot out of the game back into the deck, the loot deck. And that allows me to gossip, which allows me to draw a hero quest card and place it onto a X dead end. And that's very specific text. That's very important to know. All right, I'm going to put that card over here on my village, right over there. And this will, like I said, eventually will have more cards on it, hopefully, assuming I do well. So I'm trying to leave space for other stuff, but that's what that's about. All right, now that we're looking over here, I did mention the quests. There's 2 different quests that I have, and throughout the course of this game, I'm going to be running through the dungeon. I'm going to be trying to accomplish these quests. This is one of the few quests that will let me end the game, because the game ends whenever my people die, the village is destroyed, or I run out of monsters to place, and that ends in loss in those 3 situations. It ends in victory if I'm able to complete either of these quests, and also can end in victory if I defeat the big boss. And that's like the main goal of the game is to defeat the big bad, which in this case is the Lich right here, or the Like, if you want to pronounce it that way. But the Lich is pretty big and bad and terrifying, and yeah, it's going to take a while to try to take him out. But I can summon the Lich a few different ways. Those ways are basically by finding 4 entries, or finding all 4 chests. And I think those are the two ways. I need to check the rulebook because I never made it that far. I kind of played a half game and then stopped. Like, that's cool. Let me go and do a playthrough. So we'll learn some of that in real time. But for right now, just know that these quests, I can do those. And these quests will basically be in front of me when I have them. These are available for everybody to kind of interact with and use. But essentially, this symbol here means kind of put this card in front of you. And I need to essentially defeat 4 of those type monsters, the beast type monsters. And this one I need to defeat 4 of the other type monsters, skull type monsters. Or 5. Oh man, that's a lot. Now, this building is probably a big bad building here. And this building is probably a big bad building too, like a good one. Like, these are really great buildings, which is why it's so expensive. Just know that these are very difficult challenges to probably do this early on. I might just die. I might try to purposely die fast, so that way I can have a reset and then go into the next game, because both of these quests are pretty difficult. I can only do one of the 2. I could try to work on both, but it'll cause me problems later on. That'll make more sense as we go along. Okay. So just know that those are the village quests. Those are placed over there. We'll talk more about those as we play along. All right, moving on to setup card B. Setup card B says we're going to remove any dungeon room cards without dead ends on their backsides. So here are the dungeon cards. And I need the focus to focus here. There we go, it's better. Here are the dungeon cards. And you'll notice that some of these cards have treasure chests. And on the back of them, they don't have an X, just treasure chests on both sides. There are different designs here for different flavors. Then some of them have kind of nothing here on the front, well, different paths and entries, I should say, and an arrow, and on the back they have the X. So essentially, I have them already separated. These are all the cards without, these are all the cards with an X on the back, and then these are cards for the Dungenerated deck. One thing that's important to note, especially if you're watching this video to kind of learn how to play the game, and I'll talk about this in my review too, because I usually do a teach in my review as well. These cards here that come with the Dungenerated deck that comes with the game, do not pay too much attention to these. What I mean by that is that there's a card here that explains how to set up the dungeon deck. Do not do that for when you're playing through the die in a dungeon specifically. Only do that if you're trying to just use it for generic purposes, because you can use this to kind of build your own D&D map. To kind of generate a map as you're playing along for fun or whatever you're doing, solo RPGs. But I'm just mentioning that because the Board Geek forums, the designer clarified that, and that's good because I was very confused about how this is supposed to work. Some of these rules are valid, but just for the most part, just pretty much ignore the cards that came with the generator deck. Use the ones on the back of the quick setup. Set it up that way every time, and that'll make more sense once we get to it. Actually, we're about to get to it. Yeah, okay, cool. Which is a PSA, public service announcement. So I'm gonna take these cards, I'm gonna put them back in the box because I don't need them right now. They just confuse me. Okay, and for here, I'm gonna divide this deck into 4 piles. So we're gonna make 4 piles here of these cards. And just to reiterate, we will be doing this set. I feel like I might have bumped that. I think that was a 2. I don't know, I'll leave it. You will be doing this every single time you do a playthrough. So whenever you're playing through the dungeon, you will need to set up your dungeon deck the same way every time. So just note, you'll be seeing me doing this a number of times. Assuming that I die a number of times or live a number of times. And again, apologies for the audio doing wild things here. So once I've done that, I take 1 treasure room and I put in each stack, and then I'm going to shuffle these to the best of my ability. And then remember, you always draw from the Well, I'm going to draw from the top of the deck for these cards. Actually, no, I'll draw from the bottom. Fine. You always draw from the bottom of the decks. That's what I said earlier, so that's what I'll say here. Oh, sorry. The treasure ended up on the top, so I'm going to give it more shuffle. There we go. Cool, that's done. So I'll be at the bottom of our deck. Give this one a good shuffle. And then I'll try to give it more shuffles. That's good. And then next, so essentially what you're doing is you're kind of evenly distributing the treasure chests amongst the dungeon sectors, to make it not too frequent that you'll see a treasure chest. All right, so now we've done that, we're going to put these cards over here on our little area. You'll notice that over here we have secret passages and we have entrances. I'm actually going to switch those two. Entrances have a little symbol there. These are going to be kind of the entryway into the dungeon. So we're going to put this card here. There's probably going to be a horrific glare on a lot of the cards here because I have sleeves on my cards. So my apologies ahead of time. Just know that the design language you need to pay attention to is just the openings here and the arrows. That'll make more sense as we play, but just know that I apologize ahead of time. It's going to be a horrific glare. This is just my first little dungeon entrance here. I'll put it like that, like so. Okay, cool. So that's all done, and then afterwards we will flip this card, and that becomes our temple, which we'll look at the buildings later. I'm going to go ahead and speed run through the rest of these. So for setup, quick setup, card C, it says place the dungeon deck X side down at the edge of the table. We have it there. Then shuffle the traps, into the loot deck. So here is the loot deck over here, and I have the traps on top of it. So here's the traps, here's the loot deck. I'm gonna give these a good shuffle. And remember, I'm always drawing from the bottom of the deck. So even if I can see the top of the card, it's okay, because I'm always drawing from the bottom. So I'm trying to get these split up more, but they are staying together. It's not a ton actually, so it's not that big of a deal. All right, I'll give it one more go around, and we'll cut it. All right, so that's done. And I'm also going to shuffle the hero quest, the gear, the village, and the monster deck separately and place them sunny side up. So that's an important thing to note. This is sunny side up on this one. I'll bring up a quest here. So I'll bring up a quest that we don't have in play. So you notice that it has this little sun here. This is a universal symbol for all the cards. There's a sunny side up, and then there's a moon side up on the other side. So note that this card will be here on the sunny side up first. And all your cards, make sure they're all on the sunny side up. As you play through the game, you can see here I got one here. It's already moon side up. I meant to put that back. Make sure they're all sunny side up and give them a shuffle. I essentially need to finish the quest before I will be able to unlock the card. And the quests are really cool because a quest will basically give abilities to certain dice or the characters they correspond to. So like the rogue will get his own cards, like a rogue quest card, and then you have to do whatever the quest is, which usually involves you kind of collecting loot and putting on the card, or collecting kills and putting on the card. And same for all the other ones. And here are the, okay, well, it's gonna be the first time it's gonna happen tonight. Here are the gear cards. We're gonna give these as good of a shuffle as we can. There's only 5 of these, so it's not a ton. And remember, we're always drawing from the bottom. Okay, cool. So that's all done. Those are all prepared. Oh, the monster deck. So we got the boss. There's only one boss in this version of the game. There are a bunch of different monsters here. There's 2 different symbols, the skull and the teeth, the beast and the brain. I don't know. So we're giving those a good shuffle. Remember, we're drawing from the bottom. Put those there. And then this card is going to flip over, and it's going to give us a cemetery, which whenever we get a hero killed, it'll be put there. And then finally, we're going to do the last part. Each player shuffles their action deck. So I'm going to be playing with player 2's action deck because I play with player 1's action deck, and it's all like kind of beat up a little bit. So I don't want them to get too much wear and tear. So I'm switching to player 2's deck. It's the same exact thing as player 1's deck. A few things to note is that between sessions, you can trade cards between the players. So I can give player 1 some of my cards, and player 1 can give me some of their cards, upgraded or non-upgraded. When you're playing solo, and the designer specifically calls this out in the forum, so I'm mentioning it here too. And I think the rulebook also talks about this too, very briefly, like in a sentence or something. But essentially, I can switch, or I can take cards that are in my deck and kind of dump them in player 1's deck to kind of get them out of my way. And that's useful for like abilities that maybe I don't foresee myself using a bunch for hero quests, or if I get a card like a loot or something I want to hold to the side, I can do that and get it on my way. All right, so we're giving these cards a good shuffle, and then we're going to put our reference card here, which is going to have our turn order. We're going to put that on top. That's going to be kind of our cover, and I'm going to put my little deck over here to the side somewhere around this area. Man, we're going to run out of space, aren't we? All right, I'll put my deck over here. Try to be consistent here because I can have multiple dungeons, so it's going to get very messy very fast. Then next, each player is going to draw 5 cards, and then the first turn begins. Let me flip this card over. This is the tavern. The tavern allows me to discard a card, and then discard all cards in my hand, and then draw cards equal to that number of cards that I discarded, not including the one I discarded to play the card, of course. And yeah, so there we go. So this dice here represents how many buildings I have left alive, because it's off to the side. I'll flash over here so you can kind of see these are all my buildings. I have a town hall, a temple, a cemetery, and a tavern. Whenever dice die or are killed, they'll go here, and I'll explain how that works as we go along. So we got everything started. We got everything ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to draw our 5 cards, like it said. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can begin. So for now, you'll notice that there's no monsters out, there's no evil out. So we got to do some exploring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the, let's see. I'm going to take a look at our quest. So our village quest over here, this one is to basically kill 4 beasts. This one's to kill 5 skull monsters. So I'm going to try to go for this one. I'm just going to ignore this one, pretend it doesn't exist. So I'm going to be looking for the enemies. I'm going to try to fight the ones with the teeth and try to get those collected over there. Now, knowing that much information, I don't really see a reason to not go ahead and move around. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get some things explored. I currently have 3 movements, and I have a prepare and a battle. Now, as far as the cards are concerned, here's a move card. We'll look at this card and talk about the anatomy of a card. This is a basic action card. On the back of this card, there's an upgraded action card. So make sure you keep your cards in the correct orientation as it don't accidentally flip them over. This backside, this is a better version of the ability essentially. But on the front side, this card, when I play it, this means that when the card's in your hand, you can play from your hand. Then it allows me to move one of my heroes to any room or the village square and then discard this card. And another important reminder here is that heroes that do not meet a monster's sneak target must stop in that room. So I can walk through a room with a monster in it if I don't meet the sneak target, but I must stop in that room first and then I can move again afterwards. So that's an important thing to be able to move around. Prepare is another card that I have. And prepare allows me to basically reroll any number of heroes in a room and then discard this card. So a room is considered either in a room or in the village. This is a room. I'm in the village room right now, if you want to call it that. And then finally I have battle. Battle is one of the important cards here. So battle, I have to discard this card. I have to play this. To play this card, I need to discard a different card in my hand. So I have to discard 2 cards, which is this card plus another card. And this allows me to battle in my hero's room that I choose, and then discard this card. And then it tells you kind of the details of how to battle. So essentially when you battle, that's a way to give myself some rerolls. So I can actually give myself a few things. It'll make more sense as we go along, but first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a prepare because I want to have a little bit more, a little bit better numbers here. So I'm going to do a prepare. So I'm going to play this card to my discard. Man, this is going to confuse me, isn't it? There we go. Play this card to my discard right there. And it allows me to reroll any number of dice. All my dice rolls are pretty bad, except for maybe that 4, but I'm just gonna roll everything again. I can choose to keep some, I can choose to roll just 1, but I'm rolling all of them. I want better numbers. And I got a 1, a 4, a 4, a 6, and 8. I guess is better, but like, it's nothing to write home about. That's fine. All right, so that was my prepare. I'm gonna move. So I'm gonna discard this card to move. I'm gonna move my, which one is this? Sorry, I'm gonna get the rulebook over here. I'm gonna move my outlaw. He's called an outlaw. He's not a rogue, he's an outlaw. I got my little thing over here to reference. I'm gonna move my little outlaw, and he is going to, wow, why is that in the way? Sorry, there we go. I'm moving the outlaw, and he's gonna go there. Now, when you move a hero into a room that has an open edge, has an open pathway, like this one here, let's see us rotate that a little bit, there we go. Then you will basically explore that next room. You'll basically pause everything and then explore all the rooms where you have your opening paths. Again, the glare is going to make this a little bit difficult, but we'll get a lot of exercise in. This might be like a 3-hour video anyway. So I'm going to draw this card, and when I place the card, I'm going to look for the arrow that it has. I want to point it towards the entrance that I'm currently in. So it's going to point here. And you can see here it's kind of made like a little narrow hallway. Yeah, this has like a little broken area, like aesthetic-wise, but that's not going to impact my ability to move through there. So I'll be able to just walk through like normal. So my next action, I'm going to do another move, and this time I'm going to move. Let's see. I'm going to move my mercenary. My mercenary. He's going to move into here. Now, notice when I moved, I didn't do like a 1, 2, 3 like that. I just teleport there. So that's one of the cool things about this is you just kind of teleport there. It abstracts movement, and I appreciate that. So I teleport here, and because I did that, I'm going to draw a card. Jeez, this is going to be difficult. From the bottom. Oh, sorry, wrong side. And then I'm putting the arrow right there, and it got a nice little bend here. And you'll kind of see, again, the visuals are going to be a little bit thrown off because of the camera, because of the glare. Maybe I can scooch this down a little bit. You can kind of see like a little dungeon being formed, but I'm going to scooch that back up so I got more space here. And the game specifically calls out that like kind of use the borders of your table, the edge of your table as kind of like limiters. So if I, for some reason, needed to put a card here, but I was not able to because it's going to cut off or it's going to fall off the table or the edge, then what happens is that the room that I'm trying to place, the room that I'm trying to place becomes a dead end instead. No, I lied. Sorry, the room that I'm in becomes a dead end instead. That's what happens. I know the rules, I promise. Anyway, this one's going to do a nice convenient bend going this way, so I appreciate that. And then I got one more move, so I'm going to use that move, and I'm going to move my my big guy here. We got a D12, which is my War Priest. He's going to go there, and he's going to explore this room. And now you might be wondering, hey, Cool Blue, why are you exploring these rooms and kind of splitting the party? Well, not really splitting the party, but exploring the rooms is very important because you really need a little bit of space. So that way when monsters start coming in and they start conveying in, they kind of have places to be. Because essentially, the village will take a damage. I'll lose a building if one of these monsters makes it all the way through the dungeon to the end. And you'll see how that works here once we go. All right, I'm gonna put the Lich over here off screen because we don't need to see him the whole game. We only fight him once. And I'm done. I can choose to keep this card in my hand and draw 4, or I can choose to throw this card away. So I think given the fact that I have 3 moves, and I think there's 6 moves in my deck, don't quote me on that, I kind of want to hold on to this battle, because I feel like I'm just going to fight the first monster that shows up. So I'm going to hold on to this into my hand, and then we're going to end our turn. So now that we end our turn, we're going to draw cards until we get to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was not the way to draw those cards. I'm sorry. Hold on. No, that was right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, these are my cards. This is my discard. Man. Phew. Cocaine's a hell of a drug, yo. Sorry, I'm not doing drugs. All right, so my hand is going to be currently a battle, 3 moves, and a search. Okay, so we're all done. Now that I'm done, we move on to the monster phase. So we're going to draw a monster card. Now when the monster card is drawn, we're going to check the symbol. So this monster type is a skull type. Any monsters that are skull types are going to activate. Now when a monster card activates, you see here this is a skull type. Whenever it activates, so I drew this card, it's going to activate any other skull monster. But when a monster card activates, it's going to have one of 2 choices here. It's going to either be a spot without a player party member in it, or it's going to be a spot with a party member in it. If it's a spot without a party member, what's going to happen is that it's going to do whatever the text here says. So in this case, it's going to move 1 towards the nearest hero, skipping any spots that have a similar skull room in it, and that'll make sense once we get along, trust me. And then finally, if it's in a room with an enemy or with one of me in it, one of my party members in it, it's going to flip onto the other side and essentially be equivalent to me doing a successful battle. So that goes a long way to say that fighting the ooze is probably beneficial for me to just let them be there. All right, now that we trigger the activation for every monster that's currently in the dungeon, which is currently none, then we take the monster that we just drew and we will spawn them in the furthest room with an entrance open, in an open spot. So those are text, those are words that I said that are very specific, but what I mean by that is that let's say this Lich was to be summoned next. Let's say hypothetically I drew another monster right this second. This Lich was drawn. And when this Lich is drawn, we're going to move this monster because we check its room. There's no other heroes in it, so it's going to crawl, move 1 towards the nearest hero. And then the Lich is going to be summoned like so. So as you can see, they kind of keep moving, especially if you get more of the same monsters that keep showing up. So that's important for me to have spaces for them to move into, which is why I want to continue exploring the dungeon. All right. So we're all done with that. Now that we're done with that, we're going to continue. Notice I didn't roll my dice again. I don't roll until I get into a fight. And I think I don't think I'm going to fight. I think I'm just going to kind of regroup and get everybody kind of in a similar space and then get ready for another reroll. Which I'll explain what I mean by that in a second. So we're going to do a move. And we're going to move our D6. We're going to move him into there. And there's an open spot here. Even though I'm in a room with a monster, there's an open spot here. Now this is an important thing to note. You'll note that I am a D6 and this has a sneak value of 5. What this means is that if somebody's dice value is less than or equal to 5, they can just walk past this monster as if it didn't exist and not have to be stopped there. Now this D6, this 6 value that I rolled, if I wanted to, let's say, walk past this monster, let's give a better example here. Let's say the ooze was currently in this room and I wanted to take my D6 and I want to move, let's say, to this room. then I would need to first go here because I'm forced to stop because I don't match the sneak value, and then I have to burn another move later on to move my d6 into the spot. So that goes okay. So that goes a long way to kind of explain that. And that is how that works. So I'm saying that because if I wanted to walk past this, I need to have a 6 or 5 or lower, which my D20 and my D10 are lower than 20 right now. This is a 4, this is a 3, so they can just walk on past them, which is pretty nice. All right, so I'm in this room though, so I do get to still explore this, so I will explore it. And I found a passageway. Now, I found a passageway that has an open room over to this way, which is currently not legal to be played. So as a result of that, instead of this being placed like this, we flip it over because, no, we still flip it over because we cannot put a room there. We could put a room here, but unfortunately it's not how the map played out. So we instead flip this on this dead end side like this, and we put it like that. And it's actually very convenient because that means that a few things. That's not the greatest thing in the world. That means that monsters can no longer spawn here. They'll spawn inside of another dungeon, so there'll be 2 dungeons running right now. And that's where you get the 4 entrances thing I was referring to before. That's one of the ways to get it. But also this means that I now have a dead end with an X, which means that I can actually initiate the action on Gossip, which allows me to discard 2 cards, and that allows me to draw a hero quest, which is really nice because hero quest cards are really cool if I can do something with them. So I think I will go ahead and activate that. So what I'm going to do is I need to have a few things here to activate this town hall building. First, I need to have a hero in the village, and I currently have this D20 and this D10 in the village, so they're fine. So they're hanging out there in the village, so therefore I meet that requirement. Then I must discard 2 cards or discard 1 loot. I don't have any loot, so I got to discard 2 cards. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to discard 2 cards out of my hand. I think I'm going to discard the search and the move. So I'm going to discard the search and the move. Actually, I have another battle. I think battle's my last card. So I'm going to discard the search and the battle. So I'm not going to battle right now, because this is going to flip automatically if a skull is drawn. If not, nothing happens. I don't die or anything. So I discarded my 2 cards. Now I get to draw a hero quest card, which is this section of cards here. And the hero quest card that I drew was this one, which is a Backstabber Supreme. So this is a outlaw quest. In order to complete this outlaw quest, first I need to pick it up, and then after I pick it up, I get to put it in front of me. And then anytime that I defeat a monster or collect a loot, I can put it on this card. I either put 1 loot here or 3 slain monster cards here. And then after I do that, I complete the quest, I flip this card over, and I get whatever's on the back of it, and it gets added to my deck permanently. So that's kind of one of the ways that I can kind of upgrade my deck. And that's what I was saying before. Sometimes you can get these hero quest cards, these hero ability cards, and he's like, I don't really need this bard ability, or sorry, this barbarian ability. I don't really need this this rogue ability. So you can just throw it out into the other deck or trade it between you and your friend you're playing with. So this card is available. It's going to be currently in this room. Now, a thing about cards in, locations in cards. Each location is only allowed to have 1 type of card. So that means that if I try to do another Gossip and try to get another hero quest, I could not put both here. I had to decide 1 to throw away. That would kind of a waste of a card, to be honest. And then subsequently, if there's a monster, if I had to put another skull monster here, instead of the skull monster going here, what it's going to do, let's say there's a skull monster, let's use the Lich again. Let's say for some reason the ooze monster is not moving and the Lich is here, but the Lich needs to move because it triggers something, and I'm explaining this a little bit backwards, but it'll make a lot more sense later, I promise. The Lich will essentially skip this room and go here instead. So that's what it does. If it were moving, just to be more specific. We'll hopefully have examples of that as we go along, but I just want to explain that very briefly. Now, if there's a beast monster or the teeth monster, like this ogre, was to move from here to here, then it could. It's allowed to. So you can have multiple monsters in one room. And there's only 2 types of monsters, so basically it can be no more than 2 monsters in a single room, ever in this game, with the current set of monsters. Cool, glad I established that. All right, so that card, this one needs to be picked up by the outlaw. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a move, and I'm gonna move my outlaw into this room, and he's gonna go ahead and pick it up. And we have it now, it's in our hand. And now, I think now what I want to do is, I kind of want to, I don't need to do anything. I'm gonna need a move. I'm probably gonna draw a move next turn, so I'm just gonna end my turn. I'm not gonna move anything because there's no need. Actually, there is a use in me moving stuff, so I'm gonna move my D20 to go hang out with my D4. That way I can kind of roll them if I need to, and then I'll help me out later. Actually, no. I'm gonna keep them over there because this D20 is hanging out with the D10. That's a better chance of me getting a better number. Okay, we'll keep them over here where they are. All right, so we're all done. We're gonna draw our cards. We drew a battle, that's what we said we had. We're gonna shuffle our discard, because we need to draw 5. Oh, jeez. And we're gonna put our turn order back on top. And we're gonna draw 4 more. And I'm gonna put this card, that's my active quest, I'm gonna put it up here. Actually, I'll put it over here with the, I don't know where I put this. I guess it's gonna be on my quest board, sure. Because I don't want to accidentally think it's in my hand or anybody think it's in my hand. Also, I need more space because we're about to spawn another monster. We're about to open another dungeon. And I'll shrink my village a little bit. So we got a little bit more space to work with. Okay, so now that's done, actually, I'm going to take this entire dungeon and scooch it up all the way here. The reason why is this cannot grow anymore. So really what you're looking at, again, besides the atrocious glare, really what you're looking at is you're looking at the entrance and then some rooms. There's one monster here. There will never be more monsters in this dungeon. So this will be a useful place for me to kind of farm up a few more hero quests if I can get them. Maybe find some loot, which is something I haven't done yet. But for now, we're just going to scooch that up so it's out of the way so we have more space for building the rest of our dungeon. All right, so we're done. Now we draw our card for the monster, and it is a beast monster. Because there's no open entrance, because there's no unexplored open entryway here, we're gonna bring in another entrance. And that's going to be pointing in whatever direction. I'll point it this way, so we can kind of have a little bit build out. And this monster is currently here. So that means that if this monster were to move again, they would basically attack the village, and I would lose one of my villages, one of my health, and my health would go down for my town from 4 to 3. But currently it's not moving, it's just spawning, it's just summoned, therefore it is going to go there. And this guy is a little nasty jerk that's hard to take out sometimes, so this is going to be a very frustrating thing to fight. But I do remember I have to take out 4 of these guys. I also need to take out some of these guys to do the quest over here. So this is any monster, doesn't care what type. So, you know, I was hoping that we would get a skull, but we didn't, so. All right, we're on to our next turn. So I'm gonna go ahead and, let's see, I got 3 moves and a battle. I think I'm gonna do all 3 of those. So we're gonna do 3 moves. So we're gonna move our 3 into this dungeon. We're gonna move our D20 into this dungeon, which is a 4. And then we're gonna move our D8 into here, which is a 4 as well. And the reason why I wanna do that is because I need to have 3 people here to be able to fulfill this. So the way fighting works, the way battling works in this is that, man, I wish I had another move because I would move another dice in here just in case. The way fighting works is essentially we'll have, you have to check the win condition down here for the monster. So in this case, I need a 4 equal to or greater than 4, equal to or greater than 3, equal to or greater than 3. So I need 4 different dice to contribute to this fight essentially. They're in the room, they qualify, so then I play a battle. In order to play the battle, I need to discard a card, so I'm discarding the prepare. And there we go. And now that that's done, the battle happens. We're gonna flip this over. Well, first we check, see did we win? The answer is yes. If we lost, what happens is that one of these dice will die, so they'll go to the cemetery, and then I re-roll everybody that's in the room. Whether I won or lost, I re-roll everybody. So in this case, I won. Therefore that flips, and then we're gonna re-roll everybody in the room. And nice, we got a 10, we got a 7, we got an 18, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Now, this is, oh, sorry. I explored the spot, so that's important. I always forget this whenever I open up a new dungeon. Because I put a person there, or because I put some people there that explore that spot. So I might have made a mistake by putting this so close. We're about to have another dead end here. Well, it's my own fault. Okay, so the next monster is going to spawn here. So I'm done with my turn, though. I have no more cards to play. Oh, I'm supposed to draw cards first. It doesn't matter. This is going to spawn the skeletons. First, let me get my 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the skeleton is going to make the ooze trigger. So the ooze currently has somebody in the room, so therefore the ooze is going to flip, which is perfect. That's what I wanted. Essentially, I get a free punch on them just by doing that. And now the ooze, if the ooze activated again, which they're not gonna, but they activate it again, like if I don't take them out, then they'll devour somebody. They'll put them in their stomach, like so. So I'll actually put this down here, so it's not in the stomach. And that'll be problematic because if they devour somebody else, then that person dies. Or if the ooze disappears, then that person in the stomach is killed. So I want to make sure I don't have anybody collected by the ooze. Skeleton's going to spawn there. The skeletons are a little nasty as well, so not looking forward to fighting those guys. But we have a battle and 3 moves and a search. So we got a dilemma here. So I really want to take out the goblins because I want them to be gone, taken out. The skeletons are kind of nasty too, but I think I can deal with the skeletons a little bit later. I don't want to waste my dice values that I have here, but there's really nothing else to kind of throw them at. So what I'm going to do is I have 3 moves and a battle. So I'm going to move, because the skeleton is going to attack whenever we get a fight symbol, which is perfect because that means I don't really have to play a battle to fight them. I can just let the skeleton, or let another skull show up, let another undead skulls, whatever it is, show up and do that. So I'm going to try to disperse my dice to be a little bit better. So I'm going to move my D20. I'm going to move it here. Now the reason why I'm allowed to do that is because I'm not sneaking past this monster. I'm already in the room with the monster, so therefore I can just walk to the next one. So that's why that worked. And then I'm going to play another move. It's going to move this D10. We're going to move him down here. And then finally I'm going to play one more move. And I'm going to move this D8 up here. So now I got the 2 dice that I need to try to take out this card and kill them. And I can put them on the quest to kind of get to the infested cellar and get that quest done. And then also I have the skeletons that are ready to be fought. I also need to battle this ooze. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to battle the ooze because that's more pressing for me. The battle with the goblins, it's annoying because they'll flip back over, so I have to go punch them again, which will kind of delay me a little bit. But if I take out the ooze right now, I don't have to worry about this dice being devoured and have to bring... Oh, snap. I need more dice here. Okay, hold on. Uh-oh. That's not good. All right. 1 second. I thought I needed just 1 D5. Or, sorry, 1 5 or better, not multiple. All right. Undoing every single thing I just did. Let me think about this again. So this guy's a little bit harder to kill. So I'm going to prioritize killing him, and I'm going to let him march forward to us. So we're going to move 1, and we're going to move our D7. Sorry, our D8, that's currently a 7. Move him here. And then we're going to have them battle. So we're going to do battle now. Because this guy's going to run away, this guy's going to move forward, so I'm okay with either one of those going in either direction. And then we're going to battle. So I got to discard a card. Discard this search. Ooh. Yeah. So we're going to battle, I'm discarding the search, and then we're going to battle the ooze. The ooze is going to die, so we kill, and the ooze is going to be thrown to this card. Now, because I have my quest here, any monster that I have, I can throw them over here instead, which is an important thing to note, is that they're taken out of the rotation. So remember, one of the ways I can lose is if I don't have a monster to spawn, when I need to spawn a monster. Having quests and having these village quests, it kind of makes the game a little bit harder, like kind of a built-in timer, because now I need to worry about those cards kind of being consumed and taken up. Also, this rogue is currently a 1. It's rogue 1, if you will. Sorry, outlaw. So that's all done. I did my fights. Everybody that's in this room is going to re-roll. And we got a 3 and a 4. Okay. And I don't have any more fights, but I do have some moves. So this guy is going to run away no matter what's in his room. So therefore, I'm going to move both of these guys down here. Oh, no, I can't move both. I'm sorry. Shoot, I need them to move. All right, these guys are not gonna move anywhere. But what we are gonna do, shoot, it's too late. I already threw the search. We're gonna move. We're gonna move this D8. Oh yeah, I can just walk past them. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna move this D8 here. We're gonna move again. And we're gonna move this. Sorry, not D8. This value 8 here. We're gonna move this 4 here. So the War Priest here, which is a D12, could walk past this because it's a 9 or lower. So we walked past it. This one could also do the same because it's 9 or lower, and that's gonna be enough to take out the skeletons whenever they fight us. So we are in good shape here. Either the goblins are gonna run away, or the skeletons are going to fight here, and they're going to flip, and then we're going to roll those dice again. So I think we're in a reasonable shape. All right, I'm going to shuffle. And I'm going to draw 5. Okay. I might make this a 2-parter. Because I'm still in the first dungeon. Wasn't expecting to take this long. Maybe it's a multi-part. Another multi-part series. Yeah, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Oh, this is also a small box, big game. Man, just realized that. Yeah, I'm okay with multi-parter for small box, big game. I haven't done those in a while. All right, continuing on. We have ourselves a summon of monsters. So we will summon this monster, which is a skull. Perfect. So he's going to spawn, or he's going to make this guy activate. So this guy's going to battle. So he's going to fight these two. I do win the battle, so the skull or the skeletons are going to flip, and then we're going to have to roll these guys because we did a fight. And we rolled a 4 and a 5. Perfect. That's exactly enough. Now this guy's going to spawn, but because we can only have one type of each monster, instead of being here, he's going to bump straight up to here, which is actually kind of problematic because I have no battles in my hand. Nobody's in the village right now, so we're gonna have to do something about this situation. We really want to take out the goblins, but we also want to be ready for the zombies because the zombies are going to be, they're going to be doing some mean stuff. If I kill the goblins and get everybody out of this room, then the zombie will be able to, or the zombie will move towards the nearest hero. So I can kind of bait them to like kind of chase me. The problem is I don't have enough cards. I don't have the resources to do so. This is tragic. I don't have a battle. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play a move, and I'm going to move my my thief. Actually, I'm going to keep my thief where they are. I'm going to move my D6, and we're going to move him back to the village. And once he's in the village, we're going to go ahead and activate our tavern. So we're going to discard a card from our hand, and then we're going to discard our entire hand. So we're going to discard the prepare, and then we discard our entire hand, so we're drawing 3. So we need a battle. I'm looking for a battle. Oh my god, there's nothing but moves. Okay. Well, 3 moves. All right, so we're going to do it again. Discard that, discard these 2, and then we're going to draw 2. We need a battle. Just 1. And we got both. They were at the very end. Because we're going to play 1 anyway. So we're going to play a battle, and it's going to make this one be discarded. We're going to fight the goblins, and it might be bad. The zombies might end up taking us out. But you know what? At this point, I'm okay with this. I'm not happy about it, but I'm okay with it. So we got our first kill of a beast monster. So we can either choose to put this on the infested cellar to start collecting and counting on that, or we can put it with our personal quest here, so we can get a better card here for our thief, our outlaw. Now the question is, okay, that's a silly question. Yeah, no, we need to make progress towards this because we don't want to end up in a bad spot. So we're going to put the goblin up here. It's going to be stuck there basically for the rest of the game until I finish that quest. So that's been done. Now everybody in the room is going to re-roll. And we got a 2 and a 3. Oh, that's pitiful. All right, let's hope we don't draw a skull. So we're going to shuffle our deck. And that really came down to just me not getting the cards that I needed when I needed them. Like my battles being stuck together, like that was devastating. All right, so I'm trying to shuffle these without staring at it here on my screen or in the real life, IRL. Put my turn order card here, and we'll draw 5. Hey, we got a battle. Perfect. All right, what are we drawing? And, oh, nice, a beast. Perfect. So this guy's is going to trigger any beasts. There are no beasts, so therefore we're going to put him here. Remember, there can be multiple monsters in one room. So he is currently here. Oh, I'm sorry. He's actually in a different room. Because these guys were placed here, we would have explored this already, which only matters now. So that means that this is going to go here. And I think the situation is that we cannot legally put something here, so therefore this is going to flip into a dead end too. Let me check the rulebook. Or does that happen after I explore? Let's see. When placing a room, point its arrow towards the room open exposed. When placing, that's overlap, that's expansion. Okay. Yeah. So this card has an entrance here and an entrance here, and there's nothing that can be legally placed there. So therefore, this is going to turn into a dead end as well. That's not good. So we're opening up a whole nother dungeon. That sucks. All right, well, I wish I'd have known that ahead of time. So I got 3 dungeons. Man, we might get the Lich after all. I don't know, trying to compact this has caused me some problems. So I'm gonna try to give this next one a lot of space. So we got our entrance is gonna be over here now, and I'm gonna try to give it a lot of space. Try to point it even in that direction like so. And we got this monster just kind of knocking on our door. The Ferals. They're about to cause some problems. And they're slightly easy to take out, but I gotta get them. I gotta get people over there. That's a problem. Okay, so the skeletons are gonna battle me by themselves. The zombies are gonna battle me by themselves. I don't have enough dice for both battles at this specific second, and also I don't have any good values here for the skeletons. So I got 3 moves: a search and a battle. So I think what I need to do is I need to take out one of these 2. And then, oh no, I need to take out this guy. I need to fight. I need to battle the Ferals. And I can walk anybody around. And honestly, I don't need to kill the skeletons right now. I can kill them, but I don't need to kill them right now. So, because they're going to move towards the nearest hero. So in that case, I'm going to do 2 moves. And I'm going to try to take out the Ferals while I can. So we're going to do 2 moves. We're moving our 5, it can sneak past this guy. We're doing our 4, it can sneak past that guy as well. And we're going to put them there. And we're going to battle. And we're going to discard a card to battle. And after we battle, we're going to check. We have a 5 and a 3. Or sorry, we have a 5 and a 4, which is beats 5 and 3, so therefore we get it. So we do get a kill. We're going to put this with our quest up there. And we're going to reroll everybody in this room. Also, sorry, when I put people here, I keep forgetting. I need to put a room there. So the arrow points towards the previous card. And we're probably gonna run out of space again. All right, I'm gonna put this like that. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna cause problems, but we're gonna do it. This is an elaborate dungeon. What can I say? I'm trying to keep it on camera. This is how the game plays. I guess a bigger table means you have one giant dungeon. Okay, so that's all done. I got 1 move left, so I'm going to play my move. I'm going to move this guy up here, so that way we can at least beat the zombies when they fight us, and we won't lose anybody. So far I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Trying to keep myself alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got a battle, 3 moves, and a prepare. So we're all done. Monsters are going to spawn, and they're spawning a skull. Great. So when you have multiple skull monsters, what's going to happen is you look at the lowest priority. So currently 6 is the lowest, and then next is 10. So therefore, 6 is going to go before 10 does, which is unfortunate because 6 is going to walk into our village. Because he's going to lurch forward 1 towards the nearest hero, which is currently here, but he cannot be in the same spot, so therefore he's going to get a free advancement into the village, which means that we have our first loss of life. And the enemy that does get to the village successfully is going to be discarded from the round. So that'll be kind of added to the pile of shame. So we got to choose one of these esteemed buildings to lose, and honestly, I can lose the town hall. I'm not happy about it, but I can lose it. It's damaged, so if I get 3 more damage, then the game is over. Which again, this is a roguelike, so we expect to die. It's called Die in a Dungeon, for heaven's sakes. We have 2 cards going towards our goal though, so we should be able to beat the timer. We do also need 2 more kills to go for this, but that's fine. All right, so we also got to trigger this one. This one's going to fight us, so we're going to win the battle because we have a 6, 2, and 3. We need 5, 2, 2. So therefore, the zombie is going to be defeated, and we're going to reroll everybody in the room. Even if they're not involved in the fight, we reroll everybody in the room, which is an easy way to get some rerolls if you need them. Okay, so we're there. That is cool. So now we're back all into our next play. So I'm going to go ahead and just immediately do this battle because I need this guy downed. I'm going to discard my move and I'm going to roll, or well, we do successfully, do I want to move somebody out first? Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going to, before I do that, let me undo. All right, I'm going to move, because I don't need both these guys here. Oh, I'm going to do a single move. Lied. I'm going to move my D8 or my D10. He's going to go straight over to here. And the idea is, the hope is that I get a good enough number to do this. And then we do a battle. Before we do, reveal new information. So we put a card there. And we go here. And oh, hello, Illman. Yes, what a great game indeed. I've had a lot of fun playing this one. With my learning game, and it's also very straightforward too, which is like, you know, a great thing. I don't know if I'll be able to make a full playthrough on this playthrough because this has been going on for a little bit, but you know, we try. Okay, so I played a battle, but I did not discard a card yet, so I'm going to discard this card. And we're battling here, so we do get a kill. So this is going to go, I'm going to put this on the pile over here for the hero quest. And then we roll everybody here, even if they weren't involved. And nice, a 19 and a 5, perfect. And then we're gonna do our move. We're gonna move our guy from here to there. Oh, that's a waste. We're gonna move our 5 from here to there. And I have a prepare left. I guess I can use the prepare. I'm gonna play the prepare, and I wanna re-roll this by himself. A 1 again, 2 1s in a row. Okay, well, guess I don't get to play the game. It's fine. All right, so that's all done. We have 2 dead ends. This feels pretty good for searches, but I have not been searching. I haven't been multitasking very well. We're gonna draw a beast monster. He's gonna go there. There's no other beast monster, so he's just gonna go there. We need 2 more of these guys to win. We need, I guess, 1 more of these guys to get that knocked out. And I need to shuffle and draw. So if I can get a loot, or if I can get a, well, if I get a loot, then those bodies over there are kind of wasted, but, you know, it's fine. Wow, nothing but moves. All right. Well, I guess we're moving. So the rattlers, or the ratters are not great. I could, you know what? I mean, this is so many moves. I burned so many moves if I do a redraw. I really want to battle. So this guy's gonna battle me by himself. I want this guy to either sneak 1 to the village or just fight him, because I'll be able to kill him and then get him knocked out. The problem is I got nothing but moves. So I'm gonna move. I want to move. I'm spending 2 moves. Move my D19. Oh, geez. Okay, I'm going to move my D19 into this room. Sorry, my D20 into this room, I meant to say. And then I'm going to move my D5 into here. That's going to smoke them out, force them forward. That's my 2 moves. And then I'm going to discard this card. And then we are activating. So I'm discarding this card to activate the tavern. So we discarded 1 card, which is what we need. We also have somebody in the village right now. Sorry, we have our, what is this? This is our scout. The scout is hanging out in the village, just drinking coffee at the tavern. Or alcohol, whatever, mead, whatever. I'm discarding both of these cards to draw 2. Hey, boo, 2 battles, perfect. And then I'm gonna play a battle. and that battle required me to discard a battle. Or sorry, discard a card, so I discard the other battle. And we're gonna fight here. Oh no, he's gonna skirmish. Oh shoot. Did I do that wrong? Oh no. Dang. Alright, I just didn't want this guy to flip over, so I guess I'm fighting here. Jeez. Alright, well, I win the fight. I feel like I'm just wasted a d20. Oh man, I'm about to lose somebody? Oh no. Oh no. Well, I better hope I draw a beast, because otherwise we're going to lose one of our dice here in the fight. What happens when a fight happens and I don't have... Oh, sorry, what happens is that if there's a fight and I don't have enough dice to complete it, I won't be able to win the fight, therefore somebody dies. Which means I'll have to spin cards to kind of resurrect them if I need to. Well, we'll see if it goes down like that. I don't know. This game's got hands. Oh, sorry, Illman says here in the Twitch chat here, I don't have this game, but I do enjoy when I played it. I do have a similar game though. Nice. Alright, we got a bunch of moves. That's what I want. That's because I had to discard stuff. Alright, let's see what my fate is. Oh, of course. Alright, well, they're fighting here. One's gonna die. The D10 is clearly dying. So we're going to take our D10, we're going to send him straight to the cemetery, because he's dead. I can resurrect him here in the temple, but it's pretty expensive. So, that's not great. Everybody in the room is going to re-roll. Oh, that guy's a 14, heck yeah. So now I have, I'm a little bit more pressed for resources. And now this guy's going to go here, because you can have multiple monsters in the same room. And it's actually not good for this die, so he needs to get out of there. So, alright, that changes my calculus quite a bit. So, what I need to do, I don't have any battles. He's going to fight me if I put cards there. He's going to flip. He's going to battle. Oh man, this is making it a tough decision. Shoot. This is not good. I think I might have to deal with another village hit. Or I can try to resurrect. I can try to resurrect my dice and move them in. But I don't have enough cards for that. For that and a battle. I got 3 moves. And a prepare. So let's try this. Let's try to move. Okay, hold on. Let me prepare. Oh, jeez. I think if anybody's gonna die, I'd rather actually I'd rather my guy up here, my scout, die. But I don't want any of them to die. And being down 1 whole dice and I need this many. Like literally, if I just kill 1 more, I finish this quest and then I get these guys back into rotation, which is good. I think I'm just going to have to deal with having to fight the Ratters twice. I think it's too greedy for me to keep this guy here. He's at risk of dying because the Golem's going to battle him and kill him. And then if the Ratters fight, they're going to move towards the village anyway. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, I was trying to be greedy, but I think it's too risky. So I'm going to go and do a move. And then I'm going to do a move. And then I'm going to do a prepare. And that lets me reroll these 2. Thank you. A 10 and a 4. I'll take it. All right. And then I'm going to do a move. So that means that if skulls trigger, then that fight will happen. If not, then the Ratters will flip. And yeah, it'll be fine. I also have a search. I'm going to go ahead and play I can't play search. I need to discard a card. Heck. All right. Well, I'm going to discard that card. I have not been searching for loot because I've been trying to focus on getting the kills and getting the quests, but you know, I can't win them all. All right, we draw 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're all done. Now we draw. All right, my money is on. It's gonna be a beast. Hey, I called it. All right, so it's a beast. So this guy is gonna flip, which is not great. It means I gotta punch him again. And then he's gonna spawn, but he cannot go there, so therefore he goes there instead. And he's gonna fight us just by himself. All right. Well, we got our work cut out for us. So we're going to do a battle. And we got to discard a card. We'll discard a move. And the battle is going to be against the Shroom Folk. And we do successfully take them out. So that's going to go there. And then we got to reroll our guys. And we got a 16, a 7, and an 8. Nice. These are good numbers. And then we check this. I finished the quest. So therefore, complete once 3 cards are here. Return. Oh, I see. I thought it was just 1 of these or 3 of those. No, it's 3 total. Okay, that makes more sense. So then flip this card and add it to your hand. So this card. So flip this card and add it to your hand. So we flip this card. And we finally have our thing that we've been working on. So this one allows me to kill 1 minion or monster in a room adjacent to your outlaw room. Then discard this card. That's actually really strong. Oh my gosh. Yes, thank you. It says kill 1 minion in a room adjacent to your outlaw. Oh my gosh. Yes, please. All right, so hey, that's a strong card. Holy crap, I'm glad I did that. All right, and I can also discard this card to draw another card, or I can, oh, I have to discard 2 cards? Gross. That's too good to be true. You know what? It's still good. It's still good. So we're gonna move our outlaw to here, and then we're going to backstab. We're not gonna battle. We're gonna backstab, and it's going to allow us to kill adjacent. So we're gonna discard these 2 cards because we have to discard 2 cards, and then we're gonna be able to battle or to basically kill this monster. Now it says kill. It doesn't say win. It says just kill. It says kill 1 monster in a room adjacent to your outlaw room. I wonder if kill means just like just dead. Is that what I'm supposed to read that as? Well, let's see. Let's see what the symbols are. So is the X, the black X card, is that kill or is that remove? So discard this card to the top of its deck. At the end of a battle, any heroes in the battle's room that have not been killed have survived and are melee rolled. So winning a battle will wound this monster. When a hero loses a battle, they'll get that. I don't know. I gotta look that one up. All right, well, let me look that one up. So it says kill. Kill is, I have to discard 2 cards for it, which is kind of expensive. But if it just gives me 1 free battle, like I feel like, or 1 free win in a battle, I feel like maybe that's not as great as I wanted it to be, and it's also kind of expensive. Let me see. Somebody has had to ask this question. Nobody's asked the question? No. That is crazy. All right, well, I'm going to ask a question on Board Game Geek. Actually, let me look up the word kill. Everyone is correct here. Kill means to completely defeat the monster, not just win 1 battle. Okay, cool. Even better. All right, so kill means to completely defeat the monster. Even better. So I get to keep these values. Heck yeah. And I get to throw on top of the pile. These guys go back in rotation. I'll just shuffle the best of my ability. It's going to be 3 of these guys in a row. There. So I'm 1 closer to victory. And yeah, these guys are going to be... Ooh, man, I feel better. I still lost a guy, but that Backstabber Supreme, that was kind of worth it. All right, so we're all done. We're out of cards. We're going to shuffle. And that was Roland Coons, which I think is the designer guy. I think that's his name. I don't think that's his actual name. Maybe it's his name. I don't know. Mr. Roland. Keep those dice rolling. Okay. So we got our cards here. We're going to draw a new monster. And it's going to be this one. It's a mimic. Oh, man. So it's a trap monster. Place in a hero's room. This is a hero's room. Well, first we trigger this. So this guy's going to march 1 towards the village, and then we place the mimic. They're going to go there. All right. Well, looks like we are not quite dead. We lost the village place because of some unfortunate phasing order of operations. But if we kill the ratters here, then we'll be done. So the question is, should I run in there and try to stab them? I got 2 battles. You know what? I could try to get my outlaw ability. That'll just win me the game. No, I don't have enough resources to do that. Never mind. Okay. All right, so we're gonna... We're going to move. We're going to move this out of the way. We're going to move again. Move this out of the way. We're going to battle. We're going to discard our other battle. And then we're going to beat this guy up. Actually, that feels like a waste. Yeah, no, this double fighting here while there's a mimic. Yeah, no, that's too much. Okay. Okay. Oh, sorry, it says place in a hero's room. Okay, so I have to put this in a hero's room. Oh no, that changes the calculus. Give me a second. Let me get my cards back. All right, so these guys were all in the room together. The mimic has to be placed in a hero's room. So I'll put the mimic here. And I'll try to take the mimic out. Oh man, that guy's expensive. Holy crap. Okay, I lied. I'll put him here. Jeez. Give me a hard time, why don't you? You know what? It might be worth... I mean, I can run everybody out of that room. Jeez. I really don't want to deal with the mimic. It's causing me problems. So I think I'm going to run everybody out of that room. I'm going to run 3 people. We're all going to run into the Ratter's room. Oh shoot. You know what? No, wait, I can't put it in this room. I have to put him over this room. And he'll never move forward. He'll never move at all. He'll either get shuffled into the monster deck, or he will... Man, devouring is not good. Oh jeez, I got some risk here. So I know from playing my previous playthrough, if I kill the mimic, it's going to become a loot, and then when I use the loot, the mimic goes back in the item deck, and I don't want that. I want him to stay over there. So as a result, I really don't want to kill the mimic, because it's not going to do anything to progress my goals here. If I move, so I got 3 moves. If I move my 3 guys into this room, and then I battle, whatever's there is there, and I might lose another guy. I actually also might lose another guy over here if they get devoured. So I think the safer thing for me to do, because the golem... Wait, why is he flipped? I understand why he was flipped. I have not fought him yet. Oh, because I was considering battle, that's why. But the golem's going to fight whoever's in this room, so I could theoretically... Oh, and this guy's going to skirmish. Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. I got a plan. So I can leave the mimic alone. I'm going to run my guys out of it, though. So I got 3 moves. Sorry, I keep undoing what I was doing here, but I got 3 moves, so I'm going to move all 3 of them into this room. Well, not all 3, hold on. I'm going to move my outlaw into this room. I'm going to move my scout into this room, because we need 7 to get through there. I'm going to move my... Oh, shoot. I can leave my outlaw there? I don't like that. Alright, I don't have enough cards. I gotta get him out of the dungeon. This hurts. Ugh. I have, well, actually, there's a good chance that the next card coming up is going to be a beast and not a skull. Or, yeah, the teeth and not the skull. I think I'm willing to take that risk. I don't like it, but I'm willing to take the risk. So I need to leave my outlaw here. If he dies, he dies. But he's kind of like my getaway card. I can try to save him. So we're gonna do the 3 move that we just did. We're gonna move 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna go all in. We're gonna battle the Ratters, and we're gonna win. And then we need a 5 and a 3 at least. Nice. Okay, so we got the values we need, and they're gonna sneak away, but it's okay. All right, so we're all okay. My outlaw might be getting devoured, and oh, perfect, nice. All right, so orcs are here. So we're gonna move the Ratters. They're going to. Oh, jeez. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh. Oh, jeez. It's 16. I'm sorry. I'm just chaos. Got too excited there. Sorry, I forgot to put the room there. Again, I always forget to do this. And you know what? No, I'm moving my cards away, so that way I can put another non-dead in. I don't want the Lich to be summoned just because of my play area. What a cruel system. Anyway, the Riders are going to move forward because they're going to sneak 1 towards here. And I'm okay with that. I still need to just stab them, and my Rogue is alive. I'm going to draw, or my Outlaw's alive. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, we got it. All right, so that's game. Woo! All right, no stress. All right, so that's game. We're going to do Backstab Supreme. Actually, okay, I don't want to do that. Fine. Well, I don't have a battle, so I have to do Backstab Supreme. So we're going to do Backstab Supreme. We got to discard 2 cards. We're going to discard a search and a move. And then we get to do a free kill. We're going to kill the Ratters. We're going to put the Ratters over here. And that's going to immediately end the game because we have 4 of the beasts over here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Count them. So therefore, we finished our first mission. Our first mission. Man, that was a hard-fought mission, let me tell you. Oh, this guy was on the wrong side? What? Oh, this guy was. Oh, these guys were. That was going to be bad. Yeah, whenever you defeat something, you always put it back on the sunny side up. I forgot to do that, and almost caused myself some problems there. But that's okay. We made it through. We survived. We got the kill. We got the infested sailor. So we have our four teeth on this one. So return those cards sunny side up to the deck, and then flip this card, and then place into the village. And also, the game ends. You are victorious this day, but true evil still lurks below. And we now have a chemist. It allows us to brew, so we can search the loot deck for a moon item potion and add it to your hand. Shuffle the loot deck. Oh, I guess that's good. Sounded like I had a little village over there. And this guy becomes repaired for the next round, next playthrough. Our dead guy becomes undead, gets resurrected. Everything basically clears and goes back to the respective decks. Because we're going to reset here. And then all of the cards that I had here, loots and other cards, kind of go into available. And what I get to do is I get to upgrade. I get to upgrade 1 card between playthroughs. So between sessions. So, well, actually, let me put these away. That took me a while, mostly because I made it complicated. Because why wouldn't I? I also got a lot of entrances there. And that was a little scary, because I think I have a 4th entrance, the Lich just shows up and starts punching me. And that's not what I wanted for my first few playthroughs. I want to power up a little bit. Alright, so I got the cards here. Let's get our 4 different type of cards here. And these cards are on their basic side. Actually, I'm going to do it over here, because I don't want to deal with the nonsense of my autofocus over there. So I got these 4 cards. And let's see, is it number 2? It's almost, that's good enough. So I got these 4 cards here, and I get to choose one of them to upgrade. Now when I upgrade them, I get to basically flip it over to the other side and get the trained action. I like having a trained move early on, and with Backstabber Supreme, basically gives me a free kill. So it basically, I can just kind of sneak my outlaw anywhere I want and just kind of get some good cards. A prepare, what does upgrade a prepare do? It allows me to roll any number of heroes. I may pay another card to discard, but most importantly, it allows me to discard this card to draw another card. That's actually pretty nice. I think I'm going to do, I feel like I should do an upgraded battle. What is search again? Upgraded search. It allows me to search without having to discard, and I can just kind of toss this card, okay? So I think I'm going to do an upgraded move, because that lets me get more people moved around. It's only 1 card. but that will come into play with my action economy. And again, having Backstabber Supreme, that's really going to change out the possibilities of me being able to kill folks. So yeah, so that's what we did. So now we're going to take all these cards, we're going to shuffle it in along with our ability there. And remember, between rounds, I can choose to take cards out and give them over to my ally. I can also take some of the moves out. Actually, let me check that. So I don't know if I can take in my basic actions. Oh gosh. No, not again. There we go. All right. Okay, no. It says you may trade cards besides basic action cards between player decks. Okay. So that was Roland confirming that. So basically the basic actions will be stuck there. Okay. It says there are a couple of deck thinning mechanisms built in. Loot and gear cards naturally leave the deck. Plus, between sessions, you can trade cards besides basic action cards between players, including when single player just move the cards that you no longer want into the other player's action deck. Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, I was correct on interpreting this. I feel like you have to upgrade those eventually. You can't just keep cycling them out, because then you just have like the most efficient, a too efficient deck. All right, so we're giving this a good shuffle here. We're getting ready for our next battle. What I like to do, let me get the monster over here, put him sunny side up. And again, I really didn't want to kill the Mimic because I don't want him to go out of this deck. It kind of gives me a little bit more space and time, you know? Oh, sorry, hello. We have Jokiholic. Nice, love the name. I played Scoundrel with a deck of cards and a D20. What game do you have? Scoundrel. I don't know if I know Scoundrel. This one is Die in a Dungeon. It's from the Dungenerated series. It uses the Dungenerated cards, which allows you to generate dungeons. And speaking of which, I gotta reset the dungeon here. Oh man, did I miss a treasure? Okay, there's one. Okay, I see it. I just being silly, being a silly Billy. Okay, treasure. All right, I'll do one more playthrough before I close out this particular video. Oh yeah. So Jokiholic here in the Twitch chat says, I swear Die in a Dungeon was on sale on Steam today. So they have an app. I didn't know they had an app until after I got the game, and I thought the app was for cards.io or something like that, or whatever the website is. You can pay like, was it $20? I think it's $25 for it. And I'm mostly saying that because I think sorry, Joke Alex says, is it different? I'm not sure. I was not aware of this game until I saw my friend in the local game store on the shelf, and I was like, oh, that's a small box game, and it has a pretty high rating on BoardGameGeek. I need more information, and there wasn't a ton of information, so I was like, all right, it has a high rating and is by the guy who made who worked on, I don't know if he made or worked on or did the art for Morkborg, and I know my friend Bear was a fan of Morkborg and like the concept and the artwork and all that fun world stuff. So that goes a super ultra long way to say that yeah, it felt like it was worth kind of diving into blindly. Oh no. So I'm currently setting up the deck for the next playthrough, and as I mentioned before, the rulebook doesn't really clarify this, but Roland clarified this on BoardGameGeek, on the BoardGameGeek forums. He's pretty active there, so I give him kudos for that. But you set up your dungeon every time according to what the back of the base village cards say. So that's what I'm doing now. So giving these a shuffle. Got the treasure chest mixed in pretty much every 4. Oh, there's a treasure chest right there. Nice. Well. Yeah, so Jokiholic, I'm unfortunate, I'm not sure if these are related. I don't even know if the art's the same. I do know that I have a lot of fun with this one, and this one feels like a really nice, well thought out system. Like I would love to see like maybe different like monster decks. Oh, can't shuffle again. I'd love to see like maybe different monster decks that come up. So different enemies that you face, different flavors, different abilities and stuff. But this game has like an interesting like loop. Okay. So we're gonna. So what I like to do is I like to take the quest that I didn't finish and just put it on top. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but honestly, they just kind of cycle between the number of skulls or the number of beasts that you have to take out. So it didn't seem that deep. So I didn't take it that seriously. Over here, my esteemed village. Look at it. I got some town hall. I got a town hall, temple, cemetery, tavern, the basic, and I got a chemist now. The chemist allows me to basically get an item. I need to have a loot before I can actually do it though, so it's gonna be a little bit. All right, so now we roll our peoples, and oh my gosh, oh look at all the ones, dear goodness. 1, 2, 3 ones, a 2, a 7, and a 7. What is happening? All right, and I have 5 health on my village now instead of 4 because I have 5 buildings. So cool. Draw my 5 cards and we'll get my game started. Go. We need our entrance. And again, the glare is going to be very vicious to us here. My apologies. And we got a bunch of moves and a search. Okay. That's good, I guess. Maybe we'll get a treasure chest. I don't know. So we are going to play a move. We're going to move our esteemed this in there. Okay, so we got a little turn going that way. We're gonna play another move, and we're gonna move our D10 in there. Draw the next one. All right, another path. All right, we're about to have a cut-off dungeon already because I ran out of space. Man, I should have allocated more space for this. Again, the glare is going to be the bane of our existence, but it's currently open right now. That's all you need to know. I got another move, so we're going to move in. Oh, that's a 7 or a D8. All right, we're going to go for it. Fingers crossed. It turns. It's looking a little rough. Hey, it turned. Dodge a bullet. Okay, let's scooch that over. All right, and last one, I'm gonna move, and I want to move my my outlaw in there because he can actually get an insta kill on whatever comes out. Oh no, that's gonna be a dead end. You know what? No, that's not a dead end. What are you talking about? I had plenty of space to put another card there. I didn't shuffle and move my board. Take that, designers. This is probably why I should put like the decks off to the side, but you know what? All right, so we got 2 openings here. So that means that whenever we explore, we'll get 2 cards that go in both directions, and that'll be pretty nice. Okay, I got a search. I can't use it, so I will just discard it. And we're done. So we're at the end of my little turn there. So I'm gonna try to keep these somewhat visible. And then I'm gonna draw some cards. Question, yeah, sure. 3, 4, 5. Sorry, that was a Jokey Holic. It says question. All right, so I got my 5. We're gonna summon our first monster. Oh, the mimic's on top. Nice. So we're not gonna see the mimic. Hopefully not. And the ferals are gonna be there. So the question is, why did the 7 on the die not have you do a 7 cards? Oh, okay. So the dice aren't really dice that I roll. The dice are characters, and the value on them is what I need to have to fight these monsters. So you see this monster here. In order to take out this ferals, I need to have a 5 and a 3. Doesn't matter what the die is, but a 5 and a 3 here, or greater than or equal to 5 or 3. And I need to have 2 dice here essentially. The reason why these guys only gave me 1 is because when you explore, when I put them here at the furthest reachable spot, they basically get vision into the next card. All these cards have been just single pass though, so whenever I move somebody into this room, I'm going to get 2 cards that become visible. So the number on them happens to be a 1. The number on them does not impact how many cards they end up seeing. So this guy is a 7 on a D8. Jokeaholic says, "Oh, so that's like a bank to take out monsters except one." I'm not sure I understand the question, but kind of. So I'll actually demonstrate it here. If I have 2 moves in a battle, perfect. All right, so I got 2 moves in a battle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 moves. So I'm going to move my D20. I'm going to move him into there because he's a 7. I need a 5 and a 3. So I spend 1 move to do that. Oh snap! I don't need to spend 2 moves. Sorry, I got my trained move. This one's allowing me to move 2 people. So it says move up to 2 of your heroes to any room or the village square. Okay, perfect. All right, so I move my D20 up, and I'm going to move my... these all are bad numbers. All right, I move my D8 up. So those 2 are now in that room. Now that they're in the room, I'm going to do a battle. Now, a battle allows me to basically start a fight. So I get to do a battle. And for this one, I need to discard a card to do it. So I'm going to discard a prepare. That feels bad. I'm going to discard a move. And I played a battle, so we're going to initiate a battle here. So we need a 5 and a 3. We have a 7 and a 7, so we're good. So now we get whatever the victory text here is, which is this guy's going to get defeated. I should have started a quest, it's fine. I didn't have a chance to start a quest. But he's defeated, so therefore he gets discarded to the top of the discard. Discarded to the top of the deck, and eventually he'll come back in once, the pharaohs will come back in eventually, but for right now, that's it. Also, when I move these guys in, I should have also explored these 2 spots. I forgot to. Even if there's a monster there, they still explore. So this is going to be explored, and now because this card is going to be heading in the spot to where I can't put another card physically, I could shift this around like I did before, but we're just going to let it be a dead end because it's very convenient to me. And then on this one, we're going to draw another card. And nice, we got it curving in the right direction. And these are all random, by the way. So if this would have been like that, then unfortunately this would have been a dead end as well. So then we would have to make a new dungeon, which it's a little annoying, but it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. Yes, correct. So Jokeaholic asked a question of, wait, so the dice are the characters? Correct. The dice are the characters. Also, in addition to that, after a battle happens, everybody in the room, whether they were involved in the fight or not, are going to be re-rolled. So now I have a 12 on my D20 and a 1 on my D8. Ugh. So having low numbers is not the end of the world. It's just not convenient. So that's sometimes you have good times, sometimes you don't. I'm going to play my prepare. And prepare allows me to roll any number of heroes in your room, or in your hero's room. So I'm going to play my prepare. I'm going to re-roll this D12 because a 1 is pitiful on a D12. And this one's a 10. Nice. Oh yeah. And the rolls here. I'll show this on the green screen so you can see it a little bit better. But yeah, so the D4 is an outlaw. The D6 is a scout. The D8 is a mercenary. The D10 is an archmage. The D12 is a war priest, and the D20 is the berserker. So in that room, I currently have a mercenary and a berserker in that room here. My mercenary is sitting at a 1 because he's slacking, and my berserker is sitting at a 12, which is fine. 12 is not great, but I think the highest thing I got to kill is a 10 so far. So it's not the end of the world. It's just not great. So we're all done. I'm going to hold on to this card because it allows me to just get an auto kill on things as long as I pay the cards for it. And we are going to draw. So we got to shuffle our discard here. And just to clarify, I know that you guys at home can see what card ends up on top. I am staring at the Twitch chat, and then I'm blindly putting this card on top, so I don't see what that was. Again, you guys at home can probably see that, and you're probably like, ooh, that's going to suck, isn't it? It's like, yeah, I probably will. Try and keep it a surprise for myself right now. Okay, so we're done with that. Now we do the monster phase. So we're going to draw a monster from the bottom of the deck, and it is goblins. They're going to spawn right there. And these jerks are going to run to me in battle whenever, if they're in a room with nobody else, and they get triggered. So it might be beneficial to leave it there. I think I will, because I wanna get a quest going. So we're gonna go ahead and try to trigger a quest. So we currently have one person in the village. So we have our scout is hanging out in the village up here, and we're gonna try to do gossip. So in order for us to do gossip, we need to have somebody in the village. They currently have somebody in the village. We need to discard 2 cards. So we are going to discard these 2 moves. Oh, actually, no, hold on. Hold on. No, you know what? I don't want those goblins to move to me. Well, you know, okay, hold on. Sorry. I'm like waffling on this one because like I don't want these goblins to fight me right now because I don't have enough stuff here. I need a 4-3-3. I have a 12 and a 1. I need another dice and I need a higher than a 1. I need a 3 or better. I currently have a 12, a 2, a 1, a 10, and a 1. I don't have a way to re-roll them right now. So I want to put somebody in this room is what I need to do. And that's going to force him to run 2 towards the village if we trigger on the biting. So who's going to go in the room? I think I'll bring my wizard in there. So I'm going to do a move. I'm going to move my wizard into this room. And then he's going to go there. That's going to spawn. Oh, actually. Oh, heck no. Hold on. Yeah, it's better. So I'm going to move my outlaw. He's going to go in that room because he can auto kill adjacent if I hold on to Backstabber Supreme. So he's going to explore this next room. And oh, heck yeah, we got a 4-way. So we got rooms that can be put on all sides. Well, I don't want to call this a dead end. It's not a dead end. I'll just scooch it over. It's fine. That's fine. I got space. I know what you're talking about. This one's going to be a dead end. Okay. So Jokeaholic says, as in... Oh, sorry. The question is, could you move the dungeon to the right side of your pad? As in, those rules okay to move your dungeon around so that you can draw more cards for it? So, technically, no. I'm not allowed to like shift it around. It's like once I place it's placed and I kind of deal with the consequences. But for the purposes of 1, dramaticness, and then 2, not having a quadruple dungeon and having to face the Lich, because the Lich will show up once the 4th dungeon room is placed. I need to check the rules on that. Once the 4th entrance is placed. So because I'm constrained to the area where the camera can see, and I'm trying to keep this area somewhat open and available, I'm shifting around a little bit to my advantage. So I'm cheating a little bit, and by a little bit I mean a lot of it. But also, we've had a great story so far, right? Jokey Alex says, I will allow it. Okay, thank you. But it's mostly because, I want to be able to build a dungeon so you can kind of see the whole dungeon instead of being stuck with 2 card dungeon rooms, and that'll be kind of annoying. I'll deal with the makers of this game. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for your support. I think it's a cool rule, especially if you're playing on like a physically constrained small table. It kind of forces you to have smaller dungeons. You have to be a little more clever about where you put your stuff. But also in this case, because I'm trying to frame it for the camera, I have things in places not because it's convenient, but because it shows better on the camera. Like this stuff over here is out of the way. Normally I would have it up here where you couldn't see it anyway. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting to the weeds. Going back to where I was though. So he's going to force the goblins to run toward the village. So they're going to move there. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my original plan, which is I'm going to do Town Hall. I'm going to do Gossip. So we got somebody here. We're going to discard 2 cards. And the 2 cards we're going to discard are going to be the Battle and Move. And that's going to allow us to draw a hero quest from the bottom of the deck. And the hero quest that we drew was this one, which is for the D6, the Trapper Keeper. So we need to have a scout. So we got to bring the scout to this room to pick it up. We got to put this on the room with an X. Sorry, going back over to our tavern or to our thing over here, Town Hall. So we got to put it on a room with an X dead end. So that's why it's useful to have dead ends, because you can get rooms like that. So if you have a bunch of small dungeons, that's cool because you can just get a bunch of quests and have multiple quests in rotation. But keep in mind that my ultimate goal is to get these quests finished. So I need skulls, and I haven't drawn any skulls yet. I mean, it's only been 2 turns, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay. Okay, cool. And I got to move. I'm going to use a move, and I'm going to move my scout into that room. So my scout's going to go wee, and we're going to pick this up. So we now have this available for us to start collecting stuff for it. Put up here with my little quest board. And pretty much any kill that we get from here on out, we can put it over there. And once we get to 3, we get that card flipped over into our hand, and it's going to be pretty neat. Yes, indeed. Yes, I will let them know. I will let them know for you. Jokey says, you let them know that Jokey said it was okay. Is it Jokey or Jockey? I'm assuming it's Jokey, like Jokey-holic. But I'm assuming it's not Jockey-holic. I mean, it could be, but I just want to clarify. I haven't heard complaints about it yet, so I'm assuming Jokey is correct. Oh, Jukey-holic. See, that's why I'm glad I asked. Is Jukey like jukebox? See, this is why it's good to ask for clarification for things, guys. Sorry, I've been saying Jokey-holic. Sorry, Jukey-holic. My apologies. We got to put respect in the name, guys. Okay, continuing on though, I got to draw cards. I'm going to hold on to Backstabber Supreme because it gives me an auto kill. 2, 3, 4. It's a pretty strong card, but like I got to find a proper time to use it apparently. And we do activate the beasts. So the goblin is going to activate. There's somebody in the room, so they're going to move 2 towards the village. So 1, 2, and then the troll is going to go there. And yeah, okay, cool. We're all good. So, I don't have nearly as many moves as I wanted to have. Okay, so the goblins are going to move 1 towards the nearest hero and battle him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my moves. I got 2 moves. Oh gosh, sorry, flipping cards. Oh man, I don't have enough. Do I have to prepare? I don't have to prepare. Oh my gosh. I am flat-footed as heck, y'all. Okay, I think I need to use the outlaw's ability to kill the goblins because they're hard to kill. There's a lot of dice, a lot of resources you need to commit to it. So we're gonna move the outlaw. He's gonna move up 1, and then we're gonna activate Backstabber Supreme. Backstabber Supreme. I got to discard 2 cards, so we're gonna discard the battle. Well, it doesn't matter. We're gonna discard the search in the battle, and then this allows me to kill the card. Kill 1 minion monster. Oh, it has to be a minion monster. Okay, I didn't realize it had to be a minion monster. I'm glad I read that. I might have misplayed that last time. Kill 1 minion monster in a room adjacent to the outlaw's room. Then discard this card. So he's killed. He's a minion monster. So I'm going to put him there. And we need 2 more. And I got to move left. I'm going to go ahead and move my mage up here. Okay, so we're all done. We're gonna draw 1, 2. We shuffle. Give it a good shuffle. I really like the flow of this game. I feel like it's not. I don't know. It's like the right balance of like brain burnery, but also not too much. I will say that, and I'll definitely say this. Oh, sorry, I saw that move. I will say this in my review, which I'll probably do my review before I finish my full playthrough because this is gonna be. It's definitely going to be a multi-part series. I was trying to do 1 full playthrough in 1 video, but I yapped so much that I'm taking so long. The thing I was going to say was that once you kind of understand that you don't need to just battle everything, like you have to look at the abilities on the enemy. Because like this guy's going to move 2, and he's going to attack. So these guys are in the wrong. Well, these guys are in the perfect spot for him to fight. Sorry, he's going to move 2, I said that wrong. The other guys were going to move towards me and just attack, but I didn't have enough dice, I didn't have the right numbers. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is you have to take advantage of what the enemies are doing and what you can do card-wise, as opposed to just relying specifically on the battles that you have and the cards that you have. And also, don't be afraid to use your abilities and discard cards. Okay, cool. All right, so we drew my cards. We're going to play a monster, and it's going to be cool, a skull. Oh, that sucks. Well, I don't want to be in that room. But hey, I got my Backstabber Supreme. So, the question is, do I continue the quest? Do I use my Backstabber Supreme to take out the troll? Because he's a 9 and he flips. This guy, the golem, is a 10 and he flips. I think I need to keep doing my Backstabber thing. Like, I feel like that's my strategy here until I get some better cards. So we're going to move our outlaw. He's doing a lot of work this game. We're going to play Backstabber Supreme. We're going to kill 2 cards. We're going to kill the move and the battle. We're going to throw those over there. And then we get to just outright eliminate something. We're going to eliminate the troll. And that's done. And we're going to play Prepare. And we're going to use Prepare to roll this D8. It's a 4 now. Great. All right, that's my entire turn. Look at that, easy turns. All right, so we got a bunch of nothing. Next monster coming out is going to be the biters. It's going to go there. So normally we would trigger any abilities that exist on monsters, but because I've been keeping the monster count so low so far, we haven't had a match yet, except for that one guy who ran all the way up here. So the golem doesn't do anything right now because this doesn't match that. That's why. And each room can have one of each card, so we can have those guys hang out there together. Okay, so I think I'm going to take advantage of this, and I'm going to go ahead and do a search. Let's see, what do these guys do? This moves 1 towards the village, 1 towards the village. So they're just moving 1. So we're going to go ahead and do a search. I have not done a search yet, so I'll go ahead and bring this card up here on screen. A search allows us to draw a card from the loot deck and place it on an empty X dead end or a treasure room, and then discard this card. I have to discard a card to also play this. So we're going to play search. We're going to discard one of these moves. We're going to summon a loot, our first loot of the game. And the loot cards look like this. It says loot. And it's a card that has an action built into it, but in order to interact with it, I got to discard a card. It allows me to roll the dice for all heroes in the room, so it basically gives me a free reroll. And then if I'm 3 or under on any of those, then I get to take the card into my discard pile. If not, then it's got a free reroll. So you can use loot to kind of also give you some rerolling that you desperately need sometimes. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and discard. So we're gonna play a move. So we're gonna move our outlaw up 1, and then we're gonna play another move. Sorry, we're gonna discard this card. Well, no, we want the outlaw adjacent, don't we? Hold on. I'm gonna do a move. Well, I don't need to reroll a D4. It's a D4. It's gonna be low anyway. All right, so I'm gonna use the move. I'm gonna move the outlaw here, and then I'm going to discard this card and have the D6 try to roll a 3 or better, or a 3 or lower. He rolled a 5. Of course he did. So he failed. I'm gonna do it again. I need lower now. Dagnabbit. All right. Well, that sucks. Okay, if I got a 1 or a 2 or 3, it would have gone to me. It was a 50-50, so I wanted to go with it. Okay, so we're all done. We draw our new 5 cards. It's a battle. I need 1 more kill before I finish my quest, my hero quest for the scout. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, a bunch of prepares and a move. And who's coming out? It's gonna be the biters. So he's gonna march, move 1 towards the village. It's gonna be there. Okay. I'm okay with this. I wish I had my backstab. You know, it's been my go-to card here. I gotta actually fight somebody normally? What do you mean? This guy will march 1 towards me. He will gather, so he'll flip over. I actually want to take this guy out. So I have 3 moves. Jeez. I don't have enough moves for that, do I? I really want to take the ratters out. I don't want them to be powering up over there. We can take a risk. You know what? I can stab him. That's fine. I'll be able to stab him eventually, right? Right? That's what they all say. That's what all the cool kids say. It's fine. I'll just stab him. Sorry, just choosing music to switch to here. There we go. Okay, I'm at a loss here because I really don't. I kind of don't want to move anywhere. I could move. Well, heck. I could move in here because he's gonna battle if the biters trigger. So I could move enough in here to fight him. And I got 3 moves. So, alright. We got 3 moves, so I'm gonna move 2. Oh man. I don't know what's on the other side of this orc is my problem. Alright, we're gonna move my D20 in here. We're gonna move my D10 in here. And I'm gonna do my well, let's battle first. Oh shoot. I was hoping I was gonna be able to, oh man. Okay. Yeah, it's too dangerous. That was way too dangerous to move those guys in there. Alright, let's be greedy. Let's try to get this loot. We're gonna move my should I leave him here? Yeah, he's gonna stay there. Well, you know, yeah, throw him in there. So I'll move him in there. So we did a move to move our outlaw in that room, and then we're going to we're gonna discard a battle. So we're not gonna play battle. And then we're gonna roll these guys, and we need a 1, 2, or 3. We got a 3 and a 4. Wow, really? Come on, outlaw. Outlaw got a 4. That's the highest it can get. So we do get the card though. It goes into our discard. Cool. And now, I feel like I should get this guy involved. So I'm gonna move him up into this room. Well, yeah, we'll move him here. And then we'll do another move, and we'll move our D6 into here. We're all just hanging out in dungeon right now. Then I'm gonna do a prepare, and we're gonna roll this, and sure, let's roll this. So we got a 9, nice. A 4 and a 5, heck yeah. All right, that's better. Okay, we're all prepared. We're preparing. All right, we're all done. Draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, my backstab was the last card? Come on, man. I need that card. That's what I'm trying to prepare for. All right, so we're all done. Enemy's gonna draw, and they're going to be the biters, the teeth gnashers. So lower initiative is gonna go first. So ratters are gonna gather, of course. And then the orcs, they're gonna march 1 towards the village into the pain dome, the thunder dome. Okay. And that's it. And now this ogre is going to summon. He cannot be there, so he's going to go here instead. So we're starting to get overrun with enemies here, so we need to really take out some of these guys. I have no battle. Oh, I have a battle. So I have no battle? What? Go on. All right, I got a battle. So we are going to... We're going to do a battle. So we're going to do a battle. We're going to discard a search. And we're going to battle in this room. I really don't want to lose my numbers I just got. That's a good idea, isn't it? That's a good idea. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna battle first. We're gonna move. We're gonna move 2. We're gonna move my 12 into here. And oh no, that's not high enough, is it? Shoot. I need a 12. I need both of those numbers up here. Oh, which move was that? Oh, that's my fancy move. Oh, wait. That's my fancy move. Oh my gosh, I have not been paying attention to that. Jeez. That's my upgraded move, my trained action move. So that means I can move more dice. It does not help me, because I need one of these to be a 6. I don't have a prepare. I could run somebody back home to the village and see if we can get a redraw, and then we can just kill the ogre. I feel like that might be the move. All right, so we're gonna use move, and we're gonna run our outlaw. Actually, we're gonna keep our outlaw where he's at. We're gonna run our scout. Well, I hate to move a higher number here. We're gonna move our scout. He's gonna go out here. and he's gonna hang out the village, and then we're gonna activate. The. Oh, no, that's not the one. We're gonna activate Tavern. And we're going to discard one card, then we discard our entire hand, and we draw that many cards. So we got to draw 3 cards. So, hey, backstab, perfect. And I have exactly the number of cards that I need. And I will be able to finish the quest finally, and get ourselves out of dodge, out of bad situation. Hopefully into a good situation. So 2 more. Prepare and move, it doesn't matter. So we're going to do Backstabber Supreme. This is such a strong card, let me tell you. And then we're going to discard those 2 cards, and we get to just kill a monster. We're going to kill the... Oh, it has to be a minion monster. Yep, Orcs are minion monster, thank goodness. I cannot use that on the Ogre. He's a monster. So we killed that. So we got our 3 here. So we will cash this in. So these guys will all go on their sunny side, back into the monster pile. This card comes to me, and this lets me do with a D6. So it allows me to play this card to kill play this card on a monster. When this monster would activate, discard this card instead. If this monster dies, take this card into your hand. Oh. So I can kind of stall the monster a little bit. That's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I can also discard this card to draw another card. So I'm like, this card's trash. Bye. So it allows me to kind of keep the card rotation going. So it's not the worst thing in the world. I was hoping for a little bit better, but I don't know if it was worth kind of the risk. Still gotta kill some. I gotta crack some skulls here, and they haven't been showing up, so it's not my fault. But still, okay. So we're all done. Oh, I just play it on a monster. Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna play this card on a monster. Yeah, it doesn't say I have to be near it. It doesn't have to say I have to be next to it, adjacent, anywhere around it. So I'm just going to play it on a monster. When this monster would activate, discard this card instead. If this monster dies, take this card into your hand. That would have been really good to put on the Ratters. I can take out the Ratters, so I'm going to put this on the Ogre because it's a little bit harder to take care of. So the Ogre is currently trappered. And I should probably get to my little markers, actually. Got little markers here, my little trap markers. Hey. All right, so I'm gonna put this over here, sure. There, they're connected, they're bonded. With their powers combined, they shall die in a dungeon, hopefully. Okay, so we're all done. Draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we shall continue with the monster draw. It's a skull, finally. All right, so he's gonna march forward. The golem is, and he's a monster, not a minion. He's gonna summon there. All right, I'm gonna keep trying to beat these guys up. It's a little difficult. They're giving me a little bit run for money, but we finally got the guys that are needed for the quest. Because we need 4 skulls. We're gonna try to go for 4. I can also try to do another quest. Do I want to do that? I don't see the harm. I mean, we got a lot of beasts in here. We also still need to wait for more skulls to show up. So we got 3 moves in a battle. I don't want to walk into that room, so I think this is fine to just leave this as it is. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get a hero quest. We're going to do Town Hall. So we got our scouts hanging out here. So we have somebody out in this room. Or in the town, and he's going to go ahead and do gossip, discard 2 cards, draw a hero quest, and place it on the dead end. So we're going to discard the search in battle. Well, the search might not have been bad, to be honest. And then we're going to draw one of these, and it's going to be for the mercenary or the mage. No, the mage. Summoning Savants, Archmage quest. So we got to move the Archmage into that room. So we're going to move the Archmage into that room. He's going to pick that up. Hey. So now we got to do this one, our new side quest. And we're going to move everybody. Well, we're going to move the... We're going to move... Well, oh, is that my double move? No, these are all basic moves. I really need to pay attention to when a trained move shows up. I really wish the artwork was different or something. So we're going to move the Archmage up. And we're going to move my... that guy up. Okay. We're all done. Draw 5. We shuffle and draw one more. We got our loot back. So that's been great. Alright. Try to shuffle the best of my ability. Bam. And then we draw one more to move. All basics. Okay. Oh, sorry, monsters. Monsters are going to activate. It's a skull, so the golem is going to walk into the room. Oh, sorry. First we do the ooze. The ooze is going to walk into the room. Boop. It's not great. And then the golem is going to move, and he's going to go over there. And then these guys are going to go there. All right, that's inconvenient. I was kind of hoping the golem would just walk into my room so I can just punch him. Like, we're waiting. He's walking around past me. What a jerk. We got a loot here. We got a battle. We do not need to battle the ooze. The ooze will battle himself. I do still want to take out the thing so I can try to do the quest, but I also need that golem to not run away from me. So we're going to move the barbarian up. And then we're going to battle. So we're going to battle. We're going to discard the loot. There's a card here. And then we're going to win the battle. And now we need to roll. And we rolled an 11. Perfect. We're going to leave him there. We got 2 moves left. I mean, I don't see any reason why I wouldn't just move those guys up. Oh, I see why. The ratters are why. Yeah, we'll leave everybody where they are. We'll leave everybody where they are. We are going to discard both of these, though. We don't need them. Oh, could we do anything special? We can get another quest activated. Why not? Yeah, let's do it. So we're going to go ahead and do another quest. We got our guy here, our scouts here. We're going to discard these 2 cards. We're going to activate the Town Hall. We're going to activate another hero quest. I don't know if we're going to do this one, but we'll see if it's better than the other one. This one is going to be the Cleric. Cleric one, the D12. So we're going to put that over there in the corner. The Cleric can go pick that up when he's ready. And I don't know if I'm going to do that one, but we'll see. All right, so we're done. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, we got our backstab. Woo! All right. Now that's done, we're going to go ahead and draw our next monster. It's going to be a minion. Skull. So skulls are going to activate, starting with the lowest. So this 5 is going to activate. Move 1 towards the village. And then this skull is going to activate. So he has people in the room, so he's going to flip to divide. And then finally the golem is going to fight, because he has somebody in the room. He's going to tank, so that means that he cannot be killed, so therefore I just re-roll. My guy was going to survive, and it's a 5 now. Ooh, is that good? All right. And then we're going to put this enemy right there. All right, I'm trying to keep him at bay. These guys are coming in here trying to crack my skulls. Speaking of cracking skulls, do I have a battle? I don't have a battle. Oh heck. I need a battle. So we're gonna redraw everything. Oh, I can't hold on to the Backstabber Supreme though. I gotta spend it. If I do Backstabber Supreme, I will not have enough cards to actually fight. So this is unfortunate. Okay, so I don't think I can do Backstabber Supreme. It'll let me kill a monster. Oh man, but it's too good to not to be able to just kill a monster though. I do have a trained move, which could help me out. Actually, okay, all right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna Backstabber Supreme, and we're gonna get rid of the move and the search, and then we're going to backstab the Shroom Folk because he's a minion monster, and we're gonna put him on the quest marker because we're gonna try to do the 4. Sorry, I still have 5 buildings left. I mean, I can't believe I bumped that. We're at 5 buildings. There we go. So we're gonna try to do this top building. It'll be hopefully a better building. It'll be a lot more work, but we'll see if it works. So now we have a prepare and a move. I think because we're probably gonna get devoured there. We need 2 guys there. We don't need everybody. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a move. I can move 2 people. Actually, before I do, let me do a prepare first. I'm gonna do a prepare for my D20. Hopefully I can get a 9 or better. I got a 5 again. That's great. Okay, so I'm gonna do my move, and we're gonna move my Archmage. He's gonna go into here. Or sorry, my War Priest. Sorry, he's gonna go in there. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna leave my Outlaw here because he's gonna get devoured if we get an activation on Skulls again. And then we're going to be able to kill him next time, because I should be able to have enough cards. Alright, that's done. Oh man, I had a battle. It was too risky for me to just drop the kill without, or the kill card without trying to play it. Wow, words are hard. Alright, oh, sorry, shuffle in. Alright, and that's on top 3. 1, 2, 3. Whew! Give me room for my money, man. So we got Skulls. So Lois is going to go first. So 8 is going to devour this guy. He's not dead, but he's close to it, so I got to be very careful. The zombies are going to move 1 towards the nearest hero. And they're a minion monster, perfect. And then this guy is going to battle in the spot. So he cannot be killed right now. He's going to tank, so he's going to battle. And the 10 is going to be able to beat him, so therefore we do win the fight. So we re-roll everybody. And perfect. Alright, so we'll be able to win that fight once we get a battle. Alright, continuing on with my stressful situation. Haven't even been able to even look at the loot right now. We're going to go ahead and battle. And we're going to take out this one, the Golem. And that's going to get a kill. And then we're going to... I'm going to re-roll these guys. Oh man, I should have moved my my guy. That sucks. A 7 and an 11. I'll take it. And then we're going to battle again. This time we're going to throw the loot away. And we're going to battle here. We got the numbers we need to kill this. So we get this guy out of the stomach. And this goes over there. We need 1 more to actually finish the quest for the main map. I can't believe that happened so fast. And now we got to move. So we are going to move. This is a basic move. We're gonna move our guy. Let's see. Let's move the 11. Well, let's move the 11 up here just to collect this. Again, I don't plan on finishing this mission, and I've run out of space. I'm just gonna put it over this one because I'm not gonna do that quest. I'm doing this top one. And I can choose to do it. I don't know if I want to stick around long enough to find out if I can get it, but we're all done. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we draw. We draw the Mimic. The Mimic says, place in a hero's room. Before that, we got to activate these guys. I'm sorry. So the skeletons are going to go first. They're going to march, move 1 towards the village. They're going to go there because there's currently a skull here. This one's going to move 1 towards the nearest hero, which is going to move forward, but it can't be in that room, so it's going to go... Well, it can't go there either, so it's going to go here. And that's it. So we are going to leave the Mimic alone. Again, I'm trying to keep the Mimic there for like space. That's the best thing it's there for. So I need to kill 1 more skull. I also really want to maybe do I care that much about finishing either of these? I don't know what these abilities do. This one's called Clerical Worker. This one's called Summoning Savant. I feel like maybe Clerical Worker can bring somebody back to life. That's my assumption. Summoning Savant maybe we can just like bring an enemy to fight for me or something. So the question is, do I think I'm going to be able to get three kills that fast? And honestly, I think I need to just end it because I feel like I'm playing with fate here. We probably got nothing but beast monsters left. Not a lot of skulls left in this one. I don't know why I decided to call them beast monsters, but teeth monsters. So we're going to go ahead and do Backstabber Supreme. Do our famous move, Backstabber Supreme, discard 2. And we are going to kill the minion, the zombies, and that's going to be it. So we're claiming it, we're calling it that, because I don't think I have the willpower to try to, because I got to get 3. That's a lot. So we finished that one. So that means that we're going to put these guys back sunny side up. And then we're going to flip this over. This is a Shadow Alley. Shadow Alley is what we finished. We got 4. We're going to flip it over. This one gives us a specialist building. So procure. When a village quest is completed, add 1 loot card to a player's deck. Oh, nice. That's not bad. So basically, you get some free loot. And now I got 6 buildings. 6 buildings in my village. Look at my village. I'm building out my little town. This is like a little city building game. And that's it. Okay, so that is going to be it for this one. I'm going to go ahead and clean up this. And it looks like my trap never went off because none of the teeth monsters, none of the beast monsters came out. But that's going to be it for this one. And the Mimic, thankfully, is still in the deck. I refuse to kill him, because I refuse to have that happen to me again. And it gives me a little bit more time, too, so it kind of keeps the game on easy mode. I do get to upgrade one of my cards, so before I end my session here, let me do that. And this map can go away now. Let's see, I think I need to upgrade... I mean, with my kill power that I have here, with Backstabber Supreme, I feel like I need to also upgrade my my battles. Because I need like a way to like take out the monsters who aren't one of the big bads. So I'm gonna upgrade a battle. And then I can also throw away the battle later if I need to. But this one allows me to basically play it without having to discard a card, so that means I can at most Backstabber Supreme battle plus 2 other cards, or 3 other cards. Means that I'll be able to Backstabber Supreme, this is a hand of 5. Let's say this is my hand of 5. I'll be able to play this, discard 2, and then battle again, and then move somewhere else. So that'll give me like a lot of kill potential. And again, Trapper Keeper, it's okay. I'll keep it in my deck for now, but I feel like this could be really useful for like if monsters are moving too fast. I can just kind of throw in a monster anywhere and just like keep them in place. I feel like this is useful for slowing things down when things are getting a little bit too hectic. Give me a little bit more breathing room. And Backstabber Supreme, I think, is kind of the big ability there. I'm a little sad that I didn't finish the Clerical Worker or Summoning Savant. I'm not going to spoil myself and see what those abilities are, because I want to keep it nice and mysterious for myself. But we're done. There we go. So player 2 now has a few upgrades. Let's see. We got a loot. These are my basic cards upgraded. Basic. Upgraded. So there we go. So we finished 2 quests so far. And we got 2 upgrades. So we finished 2 playthroughs. And we're going to be going on to playthrough 3 next time. And that's going to be it. And actually next time, now I'm thinking about it, I'm probably going to have my friend Bear. He and I are going to play this soon. So maybe I'll have him drop in so we can use the drop-in rules to do 2-player playthroughs. And then we'll continue with my series as well. We'll kind of link them together, do like a crossover. So yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. There will be other parts in this one. And again, this will be on the small box big game series because, again, this is a small box, so it counts. Look how small that box is. That counts, right? Small-ish. Small enough. Yeah, that works. All right. Well, like I said, it's going to be it for this video, though. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. And as always, I will see you all whenever.